See, oh, and the next adventure, that was a hole. Struck. Oh, is this it? Is it? Oh, here we go. Don't snap, don't. Oh. Right guys, so that's us all set up. Had a bit of a scare earlier on. I dropped my phone in a puddle and it got wet, and then the charging port moisture error came up, and then they had some, what do you call it, sound issues. However, it's now dried out and I can do a full review of my setup. So I've got the keys, a sleeping bag with me again. The straps are pretty, it was compressed earlier on, but the straps have just ripped off because they're not very secure. But it compresses down to about that. It's not the greatest for a down bag, to be honest with you. Here's the stats of the bad boy. 5 Celsius comfort, -8 limit, and don't push it down to -12. Ideally don't really play with it around about -8, but between 5 and -8 should do the job. 215 centimetres by 80 centimetres. I'm on 6'3" drink, that's 191. So it's long enough for tall people like myself, and then 80 centimetres width, that's pretty good. I'm a broad person and it does the job. Weighs in at 1.56 kilograms, aka 3.43 pounds. 620 fill power, and you can zip it together. So if you've got I believe it's is it a mummy and a daddy sleeping bag, you can zip them together and then boom, you've got a double sleeping bag. But you'd really only do that for like campsite camp. You wouldn't do that up in like the mountains or anything like that. So that's the sleeping bag. Remember, as a giveaway, I've got my inner liner with me. Add an extra Celsius or two. Also prolongs the length of the sleeping bag, you know, helps keep it clean. And I've got the X bed with me. Got an value of about 4.2. Temperatures to get down to about 1 Celsius tonight. So that's overkill. This bad boy at 4.2 should take you down to about -15 at a push. It's got that nice vertical design. So I've got a dodgy back. I'm a side sleeper. This does the job. I don't like the femur rest where it's more horizontal lines. Don't find that comfortable. I've got my flannel pillow over there as well. And the big Agnes 3rd degree, which me and Gaz is sitting on. But as you can see, we've got a new addition to the family. Check this bad boy out. That's right, that is a portable heater. There's the front of it. Spin it around like a little model. There's the back end. Way. And the heat is giving off. Gaz, what's the heat like?
Oh, it's good.
It's incredible.
It's cold out there, by the way.
It's cold out there.
The wind.
Gaz came back in, his little thermometer was measuring 5 Celsius. I brought it over here for about 30 seconds to a minute, and it shot up to 10. Now that the tent's fully closed over, see, to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if it's now hit 15. I mean, where's your little thermometer? Is it easily accessible? We'll let that...
Saying 8.3.
Bring it over here. Treat it with the respect that it deserves. It could give off carbon monoxide. The blue flame does that. We don't see a blue flame, which is good, and plus even if there was a blue flame, we've got plenty of ventilation. We've got the ventilation opened up here. The gusty winds are shooting under the tent. We've got that end of the tent open as well. We've got the little ventilation ports up here opened too. This thermometer takes a while to pick up a reading, but it's measuring 9.2 right now, 9.3, 9.4, 9. Yes, we're not going to just sit all day, but I am warm. Gaz, are you warm?
Yeah.
Roasty toasty. Yeah. So treat it with the respect it deserves. Me and Gaz certainly don't want to be the first two people ever to die of carbon monoxide poisoning on the mountains. Not only that, the benefits of it keeping you warm, but you can get your washing done. You can dry your clothes up. a whole lot quicker, dry them up a whole lot quicker. So fantastic addition to the family. It's going to make our trips a whole lot easier. Gaz is looking to invest in one as well. It's £30 on Amazon, the Lixada portable heater. So I've got with me my fire maple, which I rate higher than the jet boil, and I've got a couple of interesting meals with me. Wayfarer, Gaz's favourite. I've got a veggie breakfast, beans in a rich tomato sauce with omelette and meat-free sausages and bacon. Never tried it, it looks horrendous, but here we go. And of course, I've got my dal makhani, whole black grain lentils cooked with red kidney beans, tomato and ginger, and some brown rice. And I'm a big fan of my mashed potato, but I'll have that last because that causes a lot of mess, because that goes in the jet boil. The jet boil, oh Christ, don't let fire maple know I said that. Unlike these, just need submerged in water. So that means the cleaning goes last. But I think I'm going to risk it and I'm going to have the veggie breakfast first, so I'll let you guys know how it goes. The Wayfarer vegetarian breakfast, 10 out of 10 guys, is brilliant. So the night's going well so far, but we're getting some crazy gusts and I reckon they're hitting above 60 because surprisingly, even though the tent's not pitched into the wind, it should be the doors pitched into the wind, it's taking it head on from the side, so it's hitting, the wind's hitting a larger surface area, but it's caving in, which I'm surprised. The guys, the poles are bending like Beckham, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
So
touching the floor.
The fly sheet is touching the floor of the tent. I mean, if we get another strong gust, I'll spin round and...
It's kind of building up to one, isn't it?
Is it building up one? It's going in and guys, but it's this little corner here that you can't see that's taking the worst of it. So I'll try and spin round and hopefully it'll end up catching it if it happens.
This is when it doesn't.
But it's...
It only happened twice right enough in the last half hour, but that's it.
3 times.
3 times, but
And I was saying earlier on as well before you came into the tent, but it's this particular corner that's struggling. Everywhere else is fine.
That's the side of the wind's coming through,
the pole is already sort of like, I don't know if it's how I've pitched it. It might not be flat enough ground. I mean, that certainly helps. If it's uneven, that's not going to help. But we're going to tie another couple of, what do you call it, guy ropes to this little corner and hope for the best. However, Gaz, who's man of the match today though? This little guy, this little outrageous. I mean, it's around what, about 2 Celsius outside?
Yeah.
2 Celsius.
It was 19 before you went back out.
And
that guy line out.
Gaz's thermometer measured at 19 Celsius.
And then as soon as you open that tent door, it dropped straight down the fucking...
Struck. Oh, is this it? Is it? Oh, here we go! Don't snap! Don't! Oh! Wow. That's impressive from the poles. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So this is a geodesic. This has got 5 poles.
At least we got to show you it.
It's all guyed out. Then you've got all the other little features like the carabiner points, and yeah, that corner's taking a tanking.
And then it just dies down all of a sudden.
And it'll be back with a vengeance. So I'm concerned.
I'm going to be sleeping at some point, but you're going to have to just trust your tent.
Going to have to trust the tent, guys. We've not had much rain, it's just passing light showers, but forecast does say more rain later on. But that heater, outstanding equipment. It is I mean, I'm just sitting in my thermals and I've just got I don't have a jumper.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Listen.
Can you hear the wind? I wonder if the microphone can pick it up. Are we going for a part 2? And we spin round.
Yeah, it came from a different direction, it might just miss us. Some gusts are hitting us, some aren't.
Moment of truth.
It was loud, like.
The tent's taking it. But you've already seen in the previous video. But yeah, it's about 8:30. We'll be listening to John Hopkins. Going to get a warm meal, and I think Gaz is going to head over his tent shortly.
I did get a meal.
So I hope you guys have been enjoying the content so far.
Sure.
So yeah, so I went out. I've got All good. Downside is in this corner here, it's clearly very, very uneven ground. It's going all the way down, and I believe that unequal part is, weakened the structural integrity on this side. So I used my initiative. I always bring spare pegs and spare guy ropes. So I went out there in my bare feet and capitalised on an additional guy out point and doubled up on one little side there. So it appears to be doing a significantly better job now, but the major flaw here was I didn't notice there was a little gully, do you want to call it, but there's a little ditch in here, and it's certainly weakened this general area. But the Yunan Eco Alloy poles, I mean, they're certainly an upgrade in the industry standard poles, but from what I know and believe, they're not quite dark poles that you would find on the Fjallraven and the Hillebergs. South Korean made, and yeah, very, very reliable brand. The tensile strength, that's its ability to bend and then retain its original shape. As far as, again, it's an upgrade on industry standard, but I've never really truly tested them out in strong winds. I did with the Mirage and it did a good job, but what's happened in this corner, that's next level. And it's happened about 7 times, but the 7th time was sustained. It felt like it was like down in this very corner, touching the ground sheet for a good 20, maybe 30 seconds. They didn't snap. So there's the wind picking up again, and it looks like I've managed to secure that area. So a good test for the MTN F10, although the rest of the tent's fine. It's just this corner where, again, it's that little ditch which has made things a whole lot more difficult for that area of the tent. But certainly a good test for the Yunan Eco Alloy poles, and they're doing an incredible job so far. But that's the rain on as well, and the wind's picked up, so we could be in for a very stormy night. As you can probably tell from the clips, and I'd imagine that this microphone's picking it up as well, but the weather has turned for the worse. At one point the entire tent was shaking like an absolute madman, as if we were in an earthquake, and the rain's fluctuating between moderate and torrential. But there was an almighty gust, and the whole tent just... The wind direction has changed, so that little corner's not taking the brunt of it anymore. I think it's like the wind's swirling around. It's not like it's hard to tell, but it doesn't feel like it's coming just from one direction alone. It's like multi-directional winds. But I've just never heard wind speeds that loud, and I've never seen this tent shake that much. I've just got in contact with Gaz, and he said, yeah, his tent is really loud. It sounds like it's the Pentlands all over again, but with more rainfall. I mean, I think we can comfortably say that the wind speeds are hitting 60, but those gusts, I don't know, they're interesting, that's all I'm saying. So looks like it's going to be a long night. I'm not going to lie, I'm quite scared, but looking at the integrity of the tent, it's doing a good job. And I seen a review where it was handling wind speeds up to 90 miles per hour with significant ease, so I don't think we're expecting 90 or 80 miles per hour wind. I'd be surprised if we do get 70, but the wind speeds are, I would say, clearly around about 40 miles per hour in general, 35 at lowest. But yeah, wish me luck. That, and I really need to let the little chap out because I'm bursting for the toilet. So my two options are wet myself or go out there and wet myself. This is brutal. I need the hot water bottle, my sides are cold and I sleep on my side. Right, well, good morning you all. What an interesting night that was, with some moderate showers, heavy showers and torrential downpours, and the wind speeds have been mental all night. The tent was caving in, especially that corner, but the whole tent was coming in, so I've no idea what the wind speeds are, but it was quite apocalyptic and if anything quite scary. The Keys sleeping bag did a great job. I had it open throughout the night and the tent was pressing against me as well. So given that, I was quite lukewarm. Had I closed it over, moved away from the inners of the tent, I'd have been nice and toasty. So at these temperatures, and it was about what 1 or 2 Celsius, did a great job. X-bed, super comfortable. The X-bed down mat, super comfortable, and it was nice and warm. But what a performance by this tent. It's taken an absolute kicking all night. And if anything, I'd probably say this is the most ferocious weather conditions that I've camped in. It's about 6:30. That's us in the process of packing up. Daylight kicks in the next 45 minutes. So we'll see how Gaz got on, because we want to get off this mountain as soon as possible, because it is awful. I want to get back to the car, go and get a coffee, maybe a roll and egg somewhere. But remember guys, if you want to be in a chance to win this sleeping bag, the Keys sleeping bag, just hashtag wild camping, all one word. Hashtag as in the symbol, wild camping, all of it one word, no space. So see you in a second, we'll see how Gaz got on. What a performance from this little chap last night. But to give you an idea how much gas it uses, that's a big canister right here, and it was full when we started, and don't know if you can hear that, but it feels like it's now, half full, and it was running from 5:30 to about 10 o'clock, so for nearly 5 hours it only used up half the can and shot the ambient temperature of the tent up to 19 Celsius. So I would highly recommend this. Just treat it with the respect it deserves, the care it deserves. But at £30, this can be an absolute lifesaver and make camping trips a whole lot more enjoyable, especially in those winter months up in the mountains. Drop it in the comment section, let me know what you think about this product. That's the summit there. Time to get packed up. It's now about 7:30. So that's us finally off the big chap and heading home through the bog. It's only 3.5 kilometres and like a 500 metre ascent descent, so it's not too bad. But Gaz had a warm sleep, a comfortable sleep. Gaz got more sleep than usual, but going to have to sign out, just get us out of the way, because we really just want to get back to the car. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Remember the giveaway, all one word, hashtag simple, wild camping, hashtag wild camping. So good luck y'all, and I'll see you all in the next adventure. That was a hole. Bye guys, and there we go.